What's going on, buddies, and welcome to Elk Don't Exist, the pod, a comedic podcast, humor first, entertainment first, with an emphasis on hunting, where I am talking to your favorite hunters as well as unknown hunters and trying to get them to laugh, share stories. I want this to feel like having a beer around the campfire at deer camp. So please enjoy. We've got a great episode for you today. But first, this podcast is brought to you by OnX Maps. I have been using OnX for years and years and years and years, even before I was sponsored by them, and they are amazing. Their new LiDAR feature is tremendous. It gives you an extremely detailed look at the terrain, and in fact, I was able to find a wallow in one of my favorite hunting spots that I had no idea was there. Just by finding this little dip in the terrain, went to investigate, and boom, there's the main water source in this drainage that elk are consistently using. So big shout out to OnX. Thank you so much for sponsoring. Buddies, we have an extremely special episode. This one is near and dear to my heart because today you're going to listen to me and my very own twin brother, Dillon Deitz. Derek is in Georgia right now. We grew up together in North Idaho, obviously learned to hunt together. He got out of hunting for a long time, I think over 10 years, going to school, and then we have reconnected in hunting over the last couple of years, and it's been so special. It's made us closer than we ever have been before. He's one of the best people I know, and dang it, I admit, even though we're identical twins, he is better looking than me. Don't tell him I said that. Today's episode, my twin, one of my favorite human beings on planet Earth, my brother, Dillon Deitz.
Well, cheers, buddy.
Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Elk Don't Exist, the pod. Very special guest today. One of my favorite people in all the planet, that fucking crying baby. Sorry, no, that's his niece. Hopefully you can't hear it, but
It's my niece?
it's my niece.
You said it's his niece.
It's my niece. And boy, are my knees tired.
Boy. All right.
Hey.
Speaking of knees.
This is my twin brother, Dillon Deitz. Very happy to have him, one of my favorite people ever. We grew up kind of hunting together. When did you fall in love with hunting? Because the way I remember it, you were way more into it growing up than I was.
It's right around 2 years before Hunter's Ed, whenever that was, 12 years old.
10 maybe?
It's 10, because I could not wait to go hunting.
Right.
Had all the magazines,
yes.
Looking at rifles, just obsessing over it.
Yeah, we had a family friend that would give us boxes of thousands of old buck hunter magazines. I forget the publications. But you were the one always flipping through them, and I didn't care about it that much.
Yeah. It was same with bass fishing, too. It was
you were
obsessed. I was reading all the books like that.
Which is crazy because we went fishing today, and why don't you tell the good folks who caught the most fish?
You did, and whose recommendation got you there?
Yeah, I used all of Derek's gear. He told me what to throw, where to throw it, but I still caught more fish. So.
Yeah. And then Kimberly got the biggest one, apparently. I'm the only one that weighed the one I caught.
I think just between you and me, I think yours was bigger.
It was bigger. I'll say it louder than you.
She's in the kitchen, dude.
Definitely bigger. Right, babe? What? Mine was bigger than yours, right?
No. She said no.
No.
Yeah, well.
No. My problem with bass fishing is I look at the conditions. I know too much. Can I throw a wacky rig every single time and catch more fish? Probably. But it's if I want to, I'd rather catch them on this lure. I'm going to throw that all day, even if I catch less.
Right. I think that happens in hunting a lot too. Of you look at OnX or something, elk have to be here, and this is where I'm going to hunt elk. And I've talked to a lot of guys that do that, and I'm obviously this podcast is called Elk Don't Exist. I'm no master elk hunter, but I've been able to consistently at least find them. And a lot of the times I find them, it's 200 yards off a major highway and
some guys are like, well, I just don't want to hunt them there. I'm like, but that's where they are.
Right. Or like here, we're in Georgia. The public land is so pressured and there's way smaller pieces of the land. And so everyone that wants to be better at hunting is watching the same YouTube videos on it. They're listening to the same podcast.
Shout out to the hunting public and Seek One.
And so you're okay, there's going to be deer here. And so you go there and there's 25 trail cameras everywhere.
Exactly.
But
these 2 bucks, I mean, you've been in Georgia for a year?
Almost. It's over 2 years.
Is it really?
Yeah, it'll be 3 years next February.
So you're 2 for 2 on bucks, though.
Yeah, not
Trying
bad.
to figure it out on public land.
Yeah, not bad.
Super, super cool. But yeah, I remember you loved hunting way more than I did. And I don't know why that was. You killed your first deer before me. Mm-hmm. And I remember being so pumped for you. I was there. You were up in like some cliffs overlooking an egg field on a family.
That was my second deer.
That was your second deer, that one?
First year was that little, I thought it was a doe, but it was a button buck. And you and Dad were like over on this other draw.
Yeah, that's right.
And I was over here.
I remember. That was so cool because, we walked up in there and then Dad sat you down. I don't know. You were like 100 yards to our right. And he was in the process of sitting me down another 200 yards away. And then, all the memories are just flooding back on that hunt because Dad was just telling me like, man, I got a like good feeling like this is gonna be good. And then he goes, oh, there's a deer. And then I was like, where? And I saw it step out. And then Dad was like, I'm pretty surprised Derek hasn't seen it yet. Boom.
Yeah. And then we were walking up trying to find it. He's like, well, where'd you shoot it? I'm like, I have no fucking idea. I have no clue. And I just pulled.
It's like the worst question to
ask
a 12-year-old.
Yeah, 12 or 13. Yeah,
I have no clue.
And
what it was. I
he's
remember
like,
Dad getting
guys,
a
you
little
got
mad.
to pay attention.
Yeah,
It's classic father son. Like, I'm not going to look for this deer all day long.
Right.
And then he just takes like 2 more steps and he's just like, oh, it's right here. And I just heart punched the thing.
Here he is.
It's a perfect shot.
Yes, it was so cool, man.
That little Winchester 243.
Ah, dude, I love that gun. Dad still has that. Been trying to buy it off of him for years.
Yeah. You could probably buy a better one. I think that barrel's
I could probably
destroyed, rusted out.
Yeah, unfortunately, I went to look at it a couple years ago. I was like, oh, I found it under the guest bed.
Yeah.
That me and Caitlin were sleeping in, and we got in a fight. So I was looking for a gun. Sorry.
I never think about guns more than if I get a fight with my wife.
Exactly.
I never want to buy an additional gun.
Clip it.
This segment's brought to you by...
Guys, I hate to interrupt, but I am happy to tell you that this podcast is brought to you by my good friends over at Tricer. Tricer makes lightweight carbon fiber tripods, shooting accessories, glassing accessories. They're the real deal. They were my first ever sponsor. I've been rocking with them for a long time, and I love them. They've made me a better hunter. They make products that make glassing more fun, to be honest with you. And if you have the right tools for the job and you can sit behind the glass longer, you will find more animals. I want to talk about their new RP bipod. This is the greatest hunting bipod that I have ever used, and I'll tell you why. Out of the box, you get a long leg configuration, a set of short legs, a quick release arc ahead, just one throw lever to mount to your rifle, and a quick release Picatinny head, so you have all the options you need. It even comes with a Picatinny rail that'll mount to your swivel stud. So if you've got grandpa's old 270 and want to be able to throw this amazing hunting bipod on it, you'll be able to do that right out of the box. You get metal feet and claw feet, but here's why I love it. With the long leg version, you're at 15 ounces, so it's super, super light. And even with that long leg setup, once you deploy the legs in its widest setting, you're 8 inches prone all the way to 30 plus inches sitting, kneeling, one throw lever for your cant and 360 degrees of panning, even has a bubble level on the head as well. This is, to my knowledge, there's nothing on the market that is this versatile, this light for this price point. So everything you get out of the box, how light this is, how adjustable it is, all the different shooting setups you can do with this for $349. It's a great deal, extremely versatile product. And if you use code EDE10, that's Elk Don't Exist 10, EDE10, you'll save 10% off that price as well. So thank you, Tricer.
Yeah, well, hey, this has been a lot of fun.
Dude, my phone's at 97%. I better get going.
Better check my emails. But dude, when the first time, so I missed countless deer, right? Did I shoot that big black bear before you killed your first deer?
I can't remember. No, because I think that was after, because you were in 8th grade. We were in 8th grade. 7th grade.
Because you had just gotten a guitar for our birthday.
Yeah.
And I was like, yes, dude, I'm getting a drum kit. That's all I wanted.
Yeah.
And then I had this big, long, skinny box. I was like, you can't fit drums in there. So already in my mind, I'm like, just be pumped about it, act cool. And I opened it up as a rifle, and I was like excited.
Yeah.
But I wasn't in love with hunting like you were at the time. Right. And I was just looking at you.
I was kind of jealous you got a rifle, because that was a Ruger Mark IV, wasn't it?
Ruger M77 Mark II. And yeah, I remember there's a picture of me in the house, you holding your guitar and then me holding that rifle. And you can tell my smile is so fake. I'm just like about to cry because I didn't have a drum set.
Yeah.
But it was very cool how, I don't know, later in life, like hunting's all I think about, all I want to do. And yes, I still played drums, but it was that rifle that like kind of started everything for me, which was really
it came
cool.
Full circle, because you ended up switching like the barrel out of that. And
oh yeah.
And then I used that when we went on that bear hunt.
Yep. Yeah, it was an awesome rifle. And then last year during deer season, I gave it away to my friend Quinn. You remember Quinn? Quinn the Bearded?
Did I meet him? Yeah, I met him.
Yeah,
right?
you met Quinn. Yeah, you've met him before. He's awesome, and he didn't have a rifle and didn't ever get to hunt with his dad. His dad passed away early in life, and after the first deer camp he came to with us, he killed his first buck ever, and he sent us all a big text. He's a pretty closed off guy, but he's like, I always wanted to hunt with my dad, and he always would be like, no, I'm going with my friends. And so he was lamenting, grieving, that he never got to hunt with his dad. And then he's just like, thank you guys for taking me hunting. I've wanted to do this my whole life. It was so cool. And then last year I gave him that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Rifle that my dad gave to me. He didn't get that experience, so we presented it to him as a group. It was so special.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome, man.
It was really, really cool. Awesome gun. But yeah, I remember you killed your first, like, that little basket rack buck, your first true buck.
Yep.
In Wally's field.
Yep.
And I was sitting in a blind with Dad, and you were up on the rocks, just like in a sniper's perch with Wally, I think. And right before you shot, a deer had come like 20 yards from the blind, and Dad was just like, okay, here you go. And as I was lifting my gun up, the barrel brushed against the blind and it took off. And Dad was like consoling me, which was so cool. And then boom. And then you shot the first buck. And I was growing up as twins, loved each other to no end, but there was like that competition, like trying to be our own person, And I was so pumped for you, but that was your second deer. And I had missed like 30 of them, couldn't come down. Just screwing up, trying to impress my dad.
Well, but also we had a non-variable zoom
4-power Simmons
$20 Simmons.
Yeah. It was a fixed power 4-power scope. And if that deer wasn't within 50 yards, there's no hope.
And we didn't know what we were doing.
No.
I mean, I didn't.
We would go and like shoot a couple rounds at the range to make sure the guns were zeroed, but we never spent time shooting.
Didn't really study deer hunting. We just like
show up at someone's field.
Dad taught us a lot of like kind of basics, Mm-hmm. And
tactics I still use to this day, like still hunting.
Yeah, the still hunting is what he taught us. A lot of how to read some sign and stuff. Mm-hmm. But as far as like, there was no checking wind.
Oh, no.
there was no like, there wasn't any apps for maps. You'd have to go get like
an actual map
and study it, or spend a lot more time doing actually hunting. But we didn't really know what we were doing. It's like you just walk through the woods and hope you see a buck. We didn't really understand what deer do or how they live or where they live. Or the rut. Didn't understand the rut at all.
Right.
Just knew it was a thing.
Right.
And until we got into like high school, and then I found someone gave me like those VHS tapes of like the hunting.
Yeah, dude.
The high fence, like big bug stuff.
We had a lot of Primos DVDs and
that's when I started learning about grunting and like rattling and stuff like that.
Yes.
But then I left and didn't hunt for 10 years.
Right. And we're getting to that because that's a really cool full circle story. But when you killed that first buck, I was just so pissed, like just burning with jealousy. Like, when is it going to be my turn? And I didn't kill my first deer until I was 17.
That's right.
5 years. I killed like a record book bear.
Yeah.
Like a complete fluke. Biggest bear I've ever killed to this day. I've been searching for one like that forever. I've killed 8 or 9 bears now. But dude, I wanted a buck so bad and missed so many times, and it just kind of set up like what I'm doing for half a living now, which is hilarious. Being still dog shit at hunting.
You're getting a lot better.
We're getting a lot better.
You've taught me a lot.
But that's what's been so cool is like, because you moved away right after high school, and didn't hunt for like a decade.
Yeah, at least that.
It was a couple years for me. Like coming back from Bible college, I'd go out with a friend or something, but still, like, it wasn't my favorite thing in the world until I started going by myself.
Right.
That's where I fell in love with it, and like the learning curve of everything.
Yeah.
And still not being able to find like mature deer. So it was like in the middle of that process. In 2017, I killed the biggest whitetail of my life. Remember I FaceTimed you?
Yeah.
It was -5 degrees, 3 in the afternoon. I'm freezing to death. And it was like my last day to hunt. We had a 1-year-old kid at home. I didn't have a lot of time to hunt. But found this spot, went all the way back in there, and I passed a little basket rack that day and texted my wife about it. Like, oh, cool, it's so cool. I just passed a little 4x4. She's like, why are you passing? Like, this is your last day. What are you doing? I was like,
wise.
I was like, oh shit,
That's
you're right.
Very, very wise.
She's like, dude, come on. And then fog rolled in, so I went and took a big nap in my truck. Then around 2, I drove up the mountain, got out of the fog, and I was like, I'll go back into this spot that I scouted and have cameras up and stuff. Hiked all the way back there. It's 3 in the afternoon, like November 28th. Rut's going crazy. I was seeing deer just running all day. And I was so cold, so freezing cold, like couldn't move. Like, I'm going to die if I don't get out of here. So I'm like, what's funny is I remember you, when you were really getting into calling, and we didn't understand, like, all we understood was like, don't step on sticks or Dad's gonna glare at us.
But even that's like not the worst thing.
This is my impression of Dad hunting if we step on a stick. We still hunting? Oh, sorry, did you guys want to go home? But I remember you in like the high school days were getting into calling, and you would like get a rattle bag and you'd be stomping your feet and like pulling up. And I just remember thinking like, this is so fucking stupid. Like, you're a moron.
Yeah.
And then like you'd call bucks in all the time doing that. So you made a believer out of me. So
I can't remember. I saw that in the video, and then it just made sense. It's like, if there's deer spend time in the woods, they have no other option.
Right.
So if they're listening to a fight, what does it sound like?
Right.
And I was like, oh yeah, they're making tons of noise.
Remember Dad, he's just like, just tickle them. Tick, 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 tick. And so I thought that was how you do it. And you're just like,
I'm making it sound like there's a brawl going on.
Oh yeah, but in my mind at the time, just not knowing any better, I was like, cool, you just blew every deer out of the earth.
Yeah.
But what's back to my story is I was like, I'll do one more grunting sequence. And I thought back to you, and I was like, I'm just gonna make a shitload of noise with my feet. And brap, 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 brap. And then I'm looking this way, and I catch some out of my eye. And I turn, and 15 yards away is at the time the biggest deer in my life.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh my God. I was slowly raising it up and took him out and FaceTimed you. It was so cool. But yeah, so that was 2017. Then 2018, you came up from Arizona to visit during deer season.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, do you want to go like on a big like mountain hunt? And you were like, yeah, dude, I haven't been hunting forever. Do you remember this?
Yeah, it was with Anthony.
Yeah. I was like, you, me, and Anthony are just going to go for a big hike, try to shoot a mule deer or something.
That was like, because I almost didn't really want to go. And there was a time.
How come? Just because like you're home for a couple days to see family and stuff?
There was a time where I didn't think I'd ever hunt again just because of what I was doing in my life, you know?
Right.
I was making music, that's all I cared about.
Like one of the best hunting states on the planet.
Yeah. And
Ohio.
No. Ohio, no.
Ohio, no. Congratulations. This is a segment we do. It's the worst joke of the podcast. So, well done.
They'll be worse.
Probably. Hopefully.
But I just didn't have any interest in it, you know?
Yeah.
And then when I went with you and Anthony, I was like, oh, I forgot how much fun this is. Because we were successful. That's the one hanging on the wall right there. Yep. That's the one you shot. But we did it was like a blizzard, fogged out, I don't know how many miles, 10 miles.
It was 4 miles up, 4 miles back.
Yeah.
So 8 miles.
And it was just so much fun. And then, you know, you were successful on it and we, you know, made the fire and, you know, ate some of them right there. And I was just like, dang, I kind of miss this. That lit a kind of a flame again.
Yeah.
But, you know, I was living in Arizona. I had no idea the hunting opportunities there.
Right.
And then a year later, 2019, I bought my dog.
Yeah.
Tyrion. And he's a Weimaraner. And so...
Weimaraner? I hardly know her.
That's pretty good.
All right. Cheers to that.
Yeah, all right.
I Weimared on her.
No.
Can't do that one?
Yeah. That's not good. But he would, when he was a puppy, he would start to point at stuff. And I was like, I know, I just knew Arizona happened to be loaded with Gamble's quail. Mm-hmm. And I was like, dang, I bet you I could get into quail hunting pretty easily. So I just started researching it. And it's just, you know, you don't have to draw. The season's like 7 months long, basically. And I started looking into how much public land there was. I was like, oh my gosh. And then I started actually going quail hunting with my buddy Dan, because he had a German short hair pointer. Dan was at my wedding.
I know Dan very well. We've hunted together multiple times.
It's for the crowd.
Oh, okay.
You did come quail hunting with Dan.
Multiple times.
Oh, we went elk hunting with Dan.
Yeah, what are you talking about? You're talking to me like I don't know Dan.
Dan is my buddy. He was in my wedding too. But then while we were doing all these quail hunts, I started seeing huge desert mule deer everywhere. I'm like, oh my God, we can hunt these out here. And then that's when I started putting in for the draws and stuff, and, you know, javelina and stuff like that. I honestly wish I would have had more time to hunt out there.
Sorry to interrupt another time, but you know how these things go. I want to talk about another sponsor, Tuo. Huge shout out to Tuo. I've been wearing Tuo gear for 2 years. They make great Western hunting apparel, great layering systems, the softest merino and best feeling merino I've ever worn. And I don't actually get paid from them. They were just gracious enough to send me gear. I really liked it, so I kept wearing it. So I want to highlight one of their new products. This is the Molten vest. It's a synthetic down vest. It packs up super, super small and packs up into its own pocket. And it's really warm. But the coolest thing is this vest comes with this. This is a really juicy power bank, and you actually plug this in to a cord that's in one of the pockets on the vest, and it heats up for you. So when I think heated vest, I think whitetail woods, I think gimmicky. So when they sent this to me and I felt how light it is, and this doesn't weigh that much either, but this doubles as a phone charger. You can charge your camera, charge whatever you want. So this is multi-purpose. So You can keep this just in the backpack, wear the vest on those really cold late season days, hiking up the mountain. Once you get ready to start glassing, take this out, plug the vest in, and heat your core. This thing is amazing, and I cannot wait to try it this late season. So check this out, and their merino, their pants, their jackets. Big fan of Tuo. And it's at a price point that's a little bit less than some of the other top dogs out there. So big fan of those guys. They're great people. And you can use my code dillonsucks, all one word, DILLONSUCKS, Dillon Sucks. And it saves you like 25%, I think, 20 or 25%. And I don't get any kind of kickback from them. I don't take it. I just offer it to you guys to save a bunch of money. So if you're interested in some Western layering gear, give Tuo a shot and use my code. It'll save you a whole bunch of money on some already approachable price point, great Western gear. Shout out to Tuo. Hello, buddies. This podcast is also brought to you by my good friends at Maven Optics. What I love about Maven, you're getting really high quality glass at a direct-to-consumer price point. There's not much more to say. Great clarity. Even in their, quote, mid-tier, their C-series binos, I've been really impressed. I'd put them up against any other, quote, middle-of-the-road optics out there, and you're paying the direct-to-consumer price on that. What I'm most excited about this year, I'm not a big spotting scope guy, so I grabbed a pair of 18 by 56s. This is from their B series, so this is their high-end Japanese glass. So when I really need to get a better look at something or I'm glassing really long distances, I pull these out of the backpack, put it on my Tricer tripod, and these things are phenomenal. Great glass clarity, great low light capabilities, and you're saving a whole bunch of money by going direct to consumer. They have an incredible warranty. Anything happens to these, you get a hold of them, they'll fix it or replace it. They have a try before you buy program, which is awesome. They'll send you a set of demo glass for you to use for a week or so, and you can either buy that demo pair and save even more money, or send them back and buy a brand new pair, so you get to try before you buy. But huge shout out to Maven. I'm a big fan. I switched everything over to Maven this last year, rifle scopes and everything. I've been really impressed. You can also customize each little piece of the armor here and make them completely your own, which is really fun. So shout out to Maven. We are also brought to you by Banish Suppressors. Guys, I've said this a lot. I regret every hunting purchase I ever made before I got my hands on a suppressor. Recoil reduction makes it quiet. If you grew up like me, shooting guns way too big for you, you still have a flinch that you're fighting, man, a suppressor goes a long way. The tax stamp is either going away or it's non-existent, and now through the end of, I don't know, for the next several months, Silencer Central is paying that tax stamp for you. So can't recommend Banish Suppressor enough. This year I'm shooting the Banish V2. It's even lighter than their V1 and somehow even quieter. I've been very happy with my Banish suppressors, and I know you will be too. So shout out to those guys for sponsoring the podcast and keeping our ears crispy. So huge shout out to those guys. This episode of the podcast is also brought to you by Barnes Bullets. They are known for their copper bullets. I'm shooting the 160 grain LRX out of my 7 PRC. I'm getting great velocities and more consistent velocities than other ammo I've chosen, and just spot on. You know, I've gotten groups as low as 1/4 inch, and this is factory ammo that I'm using here. So been very impressed with Barnes. Also really excited to try, and I have tested it already, their Harvest collection. The cool thing about the Harvest collection is it's a bonded lead core bullet, so quicker expanding for, you know, out to 500 yards on thin-skinned game, deer, black bears, that kind of thing. And phenomenal accuracy. Out of every gun I've shot this thing through, I couldn't be happier with them. But my favorite part, and what I know you're gonna love too, is we know how expensive ammo is. Dang near every box of this ammo can be found for 39 to 45 bucks. So it's affordable, it's accurate, and it's gonna kill whatever you point it at out to, you know, 0 to 500 yards, I would say. I'm sure some guys are getting more out of it, but if you know me, you know I'm not a great shot, so know your limits. But that's not the point. Barnes Bullets has been incredibly generous to me, and I'm very thankful for them. So check out their Harvest collection. For that price point and the quality you're getting, you're going to be really happy. Thank you, Barnes. Lacrosse footwear. Lacrosse has been around for 100 plus years. In the boot market game, you probably know them from their expansive list of rubber hunting boots and chore boots and that kind of thing. But the last 2 seasons, I've been using this. This is the Lacrosse Ursa ES, the ES. This is a really lightweight early season boot. I believe it's 8 inches tall, so I have lots of ankle support. And with a good insole in here, I have some sheep feet orthotics in here for my old man knees. I am so comfortable in this. Even uninsulated, I stay super warm throughout all of my season. I have put hundreds of miles on these boots, and I really like them. With footwear, every foot is different, so it's impossible to say this boot is the best boot on earth. But I will tell you, if this fits your foot, for $250, this is a heck of an option. Go try them on, check them out. Huge shout out to Lacrosse. They're an amazing sponsor, and I'm really thankful for them. All right, guys, last ad of the episode, I promise. This episode is brought to you by Arizona Archery Club. Shout out to my guy, Eddie, over there. You might be asking, why is a kid from Montana sponsored by an Arizona archery shop? Basically, they reached out to me, heard I was looking for a new bow, and they sent me one. They also heard I was looking for a bow for a local kid up here. I was just trying to bless him and see if someone had an old bow they could sell, and they said, say less, and sent this kid a brand new bow. They're the real deal, full service archery shop, and just great guys. That's what you want in an archery shop. If you're in the Phoenix area, definitely check them out. They're amazing. They've been incredibly generous to us, and I'm so happy to be partnered with them. So shout out Arizona Archery Club. Thank you for sponsoring Elk Don't Exist, the pod. Let's get back to the episode.
Same, because me and Dad were flying out every year for 3 years to just hunt quail for $20 a day.
Yeah.
And some of the most fun I've ever had with Dad and with you, and picking up sheds and just chasing quail all day, the best. But it was a cool full circle moment, because you loved hunting more than I did growing up. And then I went like head first into it. And that hunt where we shot that little mule deer, I could tell from like, once we got up and you could kind of see, first of all, it was so fun.
So fun.
Just making jokes and laughing, Anthony being there, one of my best friends in the world. And then do you remember telling me like, oh dude, any legal buck, please shoot it. Like, I want the experience. Yeah. And I was like, okay, it's on. And end of the day, kind of heading down, found that forky 2x3, shot him, ate him over the fire. But all the joy and laughter that whole day. And then so your first like experience packing an animal off a mountain. Yeah. It's just, there's something about it. Like something primal.
That's something about it was like, I'd never want to freaking do this again.
It was all downhill too.
Dude, because I didn't have any gear at this time.
You using like Dad's old boots?
I was Raggedy Ann on the back. I had Dad's old boots and
my hand-me-down camo.
Dude, just nothing was mine. I didn't, but my toes were just slamming into the end of the boots. Bam, bam, bam. It was miserable. You guys were smoking me off the mountain, but that was awesome. I mean, that kind of relit the flame.
Yeah, and it was like the next year, you're like, dude, I'm hunting quail all the time. Yeah. You got to come down and do this.
Yeah.
And then, a few years after that, what was it, 2022, you drew your cow tag?
Yeah, it must have been 2022.
I think it was. And then what was so cool?
October 2022.
Me and Anthony, I texted Anthony, hey, Derek, drew this cow tag. He's like, name the date, I'm there. Yeah. And that was one, like, top 3 favorite hunts of all time.
I think it was obviously it was my favorite.
Oh, yeah.
But it was Dan, you,
Anthony,
and
driving into a place. You had scouted it, but we'd never been there. So we had like
the scout
3 or 4 days to figure what the else we're doing. Hunters everywhere.
The scouting it's Humphreys Peak in Arizona. So for people that don't know, it's the largest peak. I think it might be the largest peak in the country. if not the,
you get
the
up
west.
past 14,000 feet up there.
It's over 12,000.
It's over 12,000.
But when I went to scout, I had no clue where to start. So I'm like, I'm just going to bring all my gear to train.
Nice.
Because it's the altitude too. It's insane. And I'm just going to do the trailhead on Humphreys Peak. So I'm hiking up there.
From the north side, right? Because we hunted on the south side, I believe. Yeah, because you came up originally from the other side from where we camped, right?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just walking the trail, and it's slam packed with people just hiking, and everyone's like, "Thank you for your service," because I look like I'm training for the military because I have all my it's that Kuiu camo.
Stolen valor, clip it. I bet you said thank you,
dude. I did in the airport once when me and Kimberly were going on our honeymoon. Dude. I will just admit it because I feel terrible, but I had we were going to Italy for our honeymoon, and I have my giant Kuiu bag, and it's that camo,
the desertish camo.
Yeah, what's it called?
I forget.
Valo or something.
Yeah.
The real digital looking one.
Yeah.
And it's very close to the U.S. Army, just straight digi camo. And I'm just sitting down, I can get a cocktail or something. And Kimberly's, ordering or something. And I'm right at the table right next to the main airport traffic where people are just rushing off. And this old lady is walking by me like fast. She's like, "Thank you so much for your service." And before I can look up, she's 10 steps ahead. And she's looking back. And so instead of being like, instead of being like, "Oh no, this is a hunting," I just go, "Thank you so much."
Oh my God. What did Kimberly do?
She wasn't there, but when I told her to, she was like, "Oh my God," obviously that's pretty terrible.
Yeah, it's awful.
Yeah.
But that's what this is for, dude, is to repent and turn.
I gotta share my story, man.
Yeah. It's part of how you got here.
It's how I served my country. But I'm walking up the trailhead, and I'm just like, there's obviously no elk over here. There's 1,000 people. And then I look this way, and there's the biggest black bear I've ever seen in my life. Right off the trail. But anyway, I'm hiking all day. I'm like, this is ridiculous. I get up to like 11,000 feet. I'm going to die.
Yeah.
Never been up that high. And then I just drive down the road. I get back to the truck and then just drive down the road. I'm looking at OnX, and I found, this little side road. And so I just drive down it and I hike up. You remember where we camped?
Yeah.
I was just right off the road, not the mile and a half in or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm glassing up on the hillside, and I immediately see elk. I'm like, all right, cool. Scouting's over.
Yeah.
They're on this hillside. We're good.
This was like July, and we were heading down there in October.
So we spent 5 days with everybody, or 4 days in the woods with everyone. 3 days.
I think Anthony only had 3 days.
3 days.
You missed one. You missed 2 in one day.
Yeah. That was devastating.
Because you've never experienced that.
I've never experienced it. I've never missed anything.
Yeah.
And then I've never missed twice in the same day on an Arizona coveted
cow tag.
Elk tag. Cow tag's not that coveted. But, I had to put in for 3 years before I got drawn for that elk tag,
Yeah.
And it's the last day. I'm like, at that point, I didn't think you and I were going to have any more time to come up.
Right. I thought that was it. So discouraged, but it was so good. I was so thankful to go through that with you because I've been through that 8 billion times.
It was super helpful,
and like I've hunted with guys where you miss and they're just like, "Well, we're wasting time," like assholes. And I'll never hunt with those guys again. So I know what you were going through, so I was just trying to like gas you up and keep you in it. And but that first elk was like 60. It was close.
Dude, let's paint the backstory because we had
just in bugling elk sun up to sundown
and sign everywhere, and we're just not finding them yet.
But just bugling, and it was crazy.
Oh my gosh! And we're hiking the steepest stuff I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah,
and there's just elk everywhere, bugles everywhere, and then finally on like the third day, I think it was like the last day, before you and I went back up with Anthony and Dan, we got into that herd.
2 PM. There's 3 different bulls bugling, and I'm like, I bet we can call it cow in. So I was like cow calling on our way up, and all of a sudden I just in this gap 40 yards away, there's just a giant cow just staring at me, and I get so excited.
And then because you're like here, and me and Anthony are crawling through this nasty stuff up here.
I'm like, Derek. I'm like shouting. I'm so excited. I'm like, get over here. And the cow's just looking at us, frontal. And Anthony was just like, dude, shut up. Like, you're screaming.
Well,
I'm like, get over here and shoot this thing.
And I'm walking backwards, and my rifle barrel is like, if you're Anthony, my rifle barrel is like swinging right here. And so he's trying to get out of the way, and I'm trying to get back to you. And then you're like, right there. She's right there.
Like
she's
40
right there.
yards.
Yeah. And this is before on this hunt, it is the reason why I even walk around with my power on 8 on my scope, 7 to 8. Maybe not in the Georgia woods, but up like it.
Yeah, I do too.
Anywhere else, because I had it on 4, like just the lowest power.
Yeah.
And I think I would have at least hit her if I had it a higher power. But I was anyway.
Maybe.
So
it was so rushed. It was like
right there, and there's so much work that went into this. So much.
Right.
So many calories burned.
So much money spent.
So we're so exhausted.
Yeah.
And I finally get back to you, and you're like, she's right there. And I pull up, and you're like, shoot her in the chest. And I just rush the shot. And
Did you get down on a knee?
Yeah, I think so.
I think you did.
I rushed and pulled the shot.
And cow runs off. We look for blood, nothing. And you're bummed.
Oh, I'm like,
it's okay, dude. And then we were still hearing bugles.
We were still hearing bugles.
And then we just chased elk all the way back down the mountain. We'd catch a glimpse of them ahead of us, like, we saw that like Raghorn 5 with 2 cows and slipping through that like jungly stuff. Couldn't get to it. And we chased them all the way down, and they spill out into this opening.
Because there's those 2 bulls with them too.
Yep. And like 300 yards away, and they're all grouped up.
Well,
then we saw the other hunter on the other side. I'm like, dude, you got to.
That was before. Now. Well, so we saw the hunter before we saw that herd of elk. Because I remember we got into the elk, and we kind of chased them all down, down the mountain. We were kind of pushing them out. And then there was that aspen kind of grove that we came down.
Wait 1 second. Don't talk about wounding it.
Oh, okay. Really?
Yeah, just for your sake. People are assholes. Okay, we're good.
There's that aspen grove we came into, and then there's that big field opening. And so I'm still like, okay, we're still in them. And then I looked up on the other ridge, like 300 yards away, and there was that hunter walking across the other ridge just trouncing.
Yeah.
He's hiking into a
jog.
spot. Yeah. And so I'm like, I'm defeated, and I'm like, let's just go back to camp, whatever.
Like, no.
And you guys are kind of talking, and then I look down, and you guys...
it reeked of elk. This was where they wanted to go. This is where they were going to go.
And then I look up all of a sudden, and they're spilling out into the field.
Squirting.
Dude, so I have my pack on. I'm inexperienced.
So me and Anthony are freaking out.
I'm like, I just start ripping my tripod or my bipod off, the bipod legs out on my rifle, and I see a stump right there. I'm just like, get set. I dive into the stump.
Yeah, dude.
And then my pack just launches into the back of my head. And I'm like, I can't get it up. So now I get up, I try to rip my pack off.
It's stuck on your bino harness.
No, it's my stupid, my rangefinder.
Yeah.
I have all this extra
lanyard.
Yeah, lanyard. And it's caught in my pack, so I can't get the pack off.
Meanwhile, me and Anthony are like, dude, you gotta shoot now.
And you guys
I'm trying to get a range. And we were just so excited.
Yeah.
We did not help.
And then that other hunter spooks it. And I have you guys both in each ear. Like, he's coming out. No, you gotta shoot. And I'm in my head, I'm like, I'm gonna make,
and they're like lining up in front of each other. So like, don't shoot, shoot.
And I'm just make the calm. I'm like in my head, I'm gonna make the calmest shot possible.
Right.
And I'm gonna wait for my shot. And then I just shoot. You gotta shoot him. You gotta shoot.
I was like, did you dial?
I'm out. I don't know. It was chaos,
Dude,
right?
It was not a good environment to make a good shot.
No, and
your pack's just jamming your head like into the scope. I'm worried that you're gonna scope bite yourself.
And then I just start letting them fly.
Yeah, boom. And then the funniest part is like they start running immediately toward us because I think they caught the wind of the other guy.
Yeah.
And they didn't know what to do. And one comes flying up. It pops over the ridge at like 20 yards. Yeah. Boom. Miss again.
Yeah.
And then we're like, shoot him right there. And you're like trying to reload while your pack is just.
Dude, it was
a nightmare.
I was so embarrassed.
It was a nightmare.
But it's such a learning thing.
Big
right
time.
There. And then.
For me too, as like the, like a hunting partner. And then after all this chaos, the elk run off, and we're just kind of sitting there silent. And then you just see the other hunter just pissed walking back.
And I was just like, I wish that was me.
Yeah.
But that was to miss twice in one day.
Yeah.
I was literally like, why does anyone do this? This is horrible.
Oh, I've been there. And everyone listening has been there too.
And it's so embarrassing, dude.
Oh, it's miserable.
It's so embarrassing.
Then you feel bad about yourself. You feel guilty for dragging everyone along. That's why we were like trying to just gas you up, dude. Yeah. We got more days. And you're like, I think I'm just fucking done.
Yeah. So we're hiking back because it's dark at that point. Pouring rain.
Oh, yeah. And it's a 4.5 miles out of there.
And we got to pack up camp. Or no, we packed up that morning.
We did, because then we had to drive back to town, which was like 2-3 hours.
It's 3 hours.
And then get Anthony back to the airport.
Yeah. Drive him back to the airport. And then I think the next day.
We just took a day off.
Did we take a day off or did we go quail hunt?
We quail hunted the next day.
Yeah.
To get some morale up. But that next day was like, we didn't really talk to each other. I was like trying to give you space and you were bummed.
Oh, yeah.
Which kills me because we're twins. Like, I know when you feel anxious from 2,000 miles away. Same thing with you, right? Mm-mm. Oh, you just don't care about me anymore.
I don't.
Sometimes we can check in on each other.
Yeah, of course.
Like,
I try to be compassionate and not empathetic.
Okay.
Right. Empathetic is like, why would you want to absorb somebody else's feeling if it's not going to suit you?
The definition of compassion, and I hate to do this to you, is to take one's burdens on as if they were your own.
But that's not taking their emotions on.
How do you take on? Okay, that's
I can help you solve a problem and care about it without feeling what you're feeling.
Oh, sociopath.
I wish.
Make dealing with my wife a lot easier.
Love you, Caitlin.
Love you, Kate.
Yeah.
You deserve better.
She does.
But no, I was feeling like, because I know what you've been through. I'm like, you're so bummed. I was trying to keep your spirits up, and you're like, let's just call it. We'll go. I forget whose idea it was. Probably mine, because you were like not wanting to do anything.
Yeah.
And I was like, let's go quail hunting tomorrow. Reset, and then, dude, you're gonna hate yourself if you don't try one more time.
True. And that was an awesome day quail hunting.
You got me for 3 more days. Like,
we got like 4 birds, found 2 sheds, just had an awesome time.
Had an awesome day. Like, we got a full day of rest.
Great hike.
Spirits were lifted.
Yeah.
And like, for new hunters that are listening, this is going to happen to you eventually.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't, you are blessed and highly favored. Don't be afraid to take a day, reset the spirits. Because if your mind's not right, it's going to be really hard to stay in the hunt.
And then you forget why you're doing it in the first place, and it's to just be out there.
Yeah, spend time together.
Yeah.
So we quail hunted, had just an awesome day, and then you were gassed up at that point. Like, I was trying to gas you up to be like, dude, one more day, we're not coming off that mountain without it.
Well, because I think you had to go to the airport.
I had one more day.
You had to go to the airport the next morning.
Yes.
Okay. So we get up there, we leave the house 3 a.m. Mm-hmm. Get up there by 6. We got a cold front.
Talk in the truck.
Yeah, great chat in the truck.
Let's go.
Yep.
It was awesome.
And so we knew where they were.
Yep.
So we start the hike at like, I don't know, 6:30, 7.
Yep. We haul 4 miles up to where we were, and then we just start side hilling, kind of heading toward a burn area. And the wind, it was very windy, it was very cold, and it had been hot the whole time. Not hearing any bugles, but then all of a sudden we're like, you said, dude, this feels like we're still hunting whitetails.
Yeah.
The wind was covering our scent. We were just dead quiet. Wind was good. Right in our face, side hilling. It was perfect.
And then we saw a massive 6x6.
Then I was like,
just appeared out of nowhere.
We just stopped, and we both had this feeling of like, dude, this is excellent. And I look up, and there's this giant 6-point. Giant for me. It was probably like 330, 340 bull, which there was dinosaurs in there, man. Just hearing those like, but I look up, and there's the biggest bull we've seen with our eyes the whole time. I'm like, bro, there's a bull right there. And then we're sitting there, and I catch a glimpse of something else, and then that other nice bull just comes walking out across the knob.
You should insert that video.
Oh, yeah, I'll put it in right here.
Like 20 yards away.
Yeah.
Just slowly moving out. The sun's on it. It's amazing.
Then I told you, like, dude, let's just let them pass and keep slipping in here because these elk have been herded up the whole time. There's got to be a cow in here. And then tell it from your perspective, because we went like maybe 50 more yards.
If that. So we let those two bulls kind of feed off, and the wind was perfect. Mm-hmm. And so we were just like, all right, let's keep going down basically almost walked to the same trail that those bulls came in on.
Yeah.
And we're just walking along, and then you were like, it seemed like maybe 30 yards. It was not that far. You're like, there's a cow bedded right there. Mm-hmm. And so
I just saw like her head, 10-inch gap in the trees. No, I saw just tan.
Yeah.
And then I could see her ears moving, made sure she wasn't a spike or something.
And then so you're like, right there. And so I saw her, and there was a window like this.
It was like a 10-inch gap
in her,
the only shot
with her lungs just right there, you know? And you were like, dude, do not take the shot if you can't thread that needle, you know? And it wasn't that far of a shot, really.
70 yards, 75?
If that, maybe closer. Mm-hmm. And I had a good rest on my pack. I'm like, I can make this shot.
I was way more calm, and I had learned that from, just getting too excited. I was like, dude, make sure you got a good rest. Yeah. Just breathe. You got this.
I just squeezed one off and heard the whap, just hit both of her lungs. And
she stood up,
stood up, and she just kind of looked, and then she just tumbled.
Dude, and then
that release of, oh my gosh.
To do that with my brother, just the two of us, after all that like heartache, it was like kind of everything you want in a hunt. Not missing animals, obviously, but
it was a great story arc.
And lows.
It was a great story arc.
It's a great story arc. And it was so cool that like at this point I had kind of developed some kind of following, had a couple sponsors. I was just kind of getting going in my hunting thing. No, I didn't have any sponsors yet.
I don't think you did.
But I had like some videos and had like a following and was known for like never being able to kill elk, but to like help you and be there right next to you, literally side by side as you shot your first elk. It was one of the greatest experiences of my life.
It was the greatest hunt of all time. So much fun. Just having
giant cow.
Anthony, just having camp there.
Dude, it was just a blast.
Yeah. That first day, my allergies were so bad.
Half dead.
And the only thing I had was Benadryl.
So you were just
I took 2 Benadryl.
Just so tired.
Dude, I was hallucinating basically.
Yeah, I felt like you weighed like 1,000 pounds.
Yeah.
But yeah, walking up on that cow and just seeing your reaction and filming it and dude, I was just so proud and like that trumped any tag I'd ever filled at that point.
Yeah, that's cool. Me too.
Just to be able to hunt together again as like grown men, just having so much fun, and that was one of the greatest hunting experiences of my life.
Yeah, it was unbelievable.
And then we packed it out in one trip.
Yeah, we had
we each had a half an elk on our backs,
and then
everything
we had
split equally.
That one other bag,
and then the other 30% of the elk in a bag that we could not fit any more meat in the packs.
We just hand it off to and
from.
Just
pass it back and forth for 4 miles.
That was brutal.
Thankfully,
it was all downhill.
Yes, and then the hardest part was that like 2.5 miles of just
on the road
trudging. I was putting on Allison chains trying to get us pumped. And
you smoked me back to the truck too.
Yeah, I was trying to earn your respect there.
You already had it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm a respectable guy.
You know what I mean?
But I was just like, gosh, show them how we do it in Montana.
Dude, and then so that had my confidence. Like, I'm like, oh, I'm a great hunter. I know exactly what I'm doing. I draw a mule deer tag.
Yeah, like at the same time you drew the cow tag, you found
I killed
the mule deer.
Yeah, so I killed the elk in October, and then my mule deer hunt was in November. So I'm like, oh, awesome. So I started scouting the area, whatever. I had somebody that knew someone that hunted there, told me where to go sit. So this hunt, another 5 days, I'm by myself.
Right.
So I'm truck camping, truck hunting, basically.
And like at the time going through a breakup, like...
Oh, yeah, whatever about that. But I
thought that would be a cool part of the story. Never mind.
It was just, that's when I met my wife, which is the best part of the story. Yeah. But my game plan was just like, This is what a lot of people don't understand about hunting in the West, I feel like, that have never hunted out in the West. It's glassing intensive, but I learned
especially
you
like
don't
desert.
just glass in one spot. You're glassing for 30 minutes, drive to the next spot, glass for another 30 minutes, drive to the next spot, glass for 30 minutes. At least for mule deer hunting where I was.
Where you can see as far
So
as
much
you can,
ground to
but yeah,
cover.
it makes sense.
I didn't know that. I was spending every single day in the same spot.
Gotcha.
Glassing
and
the
not
same
seeing
areas.
deer or seeing the same deer.
I was seeing groups of deer, but no bucks.
Right.
And, you know, so I'll tell the story, and then it's, you know, it comes down basically to the importance of optics.
Gotcha.
And the quality of optics. So I'm seeing all these does, no bucks. You know, I've hunted a few different areas. I have to go back to work, so I'm like, oh well, that's it. I had the weekend to fill the rest of my days, but I'm like, I got to work. Fortunately, I ended up getting those days off.
Right.
You know, so I drove back out there. On the very last morning, I finally get set up in my spot, and then I hear a coyote call behind me, a rabbit call.
Oh yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, this spot's blowing up. So I start walking out, and it's these two younger dudes coyote hunting.
Right.
And so I'm just talking to them. They're like, oh, so sorry. We didn't know you were in here. We didn't think anyone had this deer tag,
Super
whatever.
cool of them.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
And I was talking to them like, yeah, I've been out here for, you know, this would be my 6th day basically. Haven't seen a buck yet. They're like, oh, okay. Tried just going over to this spot. You know, it's these guys that hunted this area all the time apparently.
Right.
So I start walking. I was like, okay, cool. Nice to meet you. I start walking back down the hill, and they start running after me like, hey, we're not coyote hunting today. We're helping you fill your tag today.
So cool, man.
Amazing. That's what hunting
awesome.
is. That's what public land hunting is all about, in my opinion.
Absolutely. Same thing.
So they go, just follow us, and we'll put you on some deer. So I drive up this spot, and we start glassing. They got Swarovski glass.
Yeah. Big difference from what were you using, like Vipers at the time?
I don't have, what's the step up from the Viper? No, it's Diamondback Viper.
Yeah.
I still have them. It's the Viper 12.
It's a solid.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. It's almost too much for the Georgia woods, you know?
Oh, yeah.
But for out there.
12 by 50s?
Yeah.
For out here?
Yeah. Glassing the vast expanse of the Arizona desert.
At least 12s, yeah.
Dude, but it's the quality of the glass.
Big time.
So they're immediately sit down there. There's a coos deer right there. I'm like,
Where?
And they're like, right there, look. And I pull up, I can barely make it out.
Yeah.
In my glass. Like, oh, try looking through ours. And it's like putting your eyeballs just down there.
Yeah, dude.
It's unbelievable.
There's a reason why Swaros are like, no one argues. It's the best of the best.
It's unbelievable. And so we're glassing and didn't see anything. They're like, okay, cool, let's go. I'm like, what? And we've been there for 15 minutes. Like, yeah, we're going to go to this other spot. Like, all right.
We're seeing deer here.
Drive to the next spot, see 4 does immediately. They're like, okay, these are just does. Okay, we'll keep glassing. Okay, nothing. Let's drive to this other spot. 20 minutes in each spot. We get to the 4th spot. I jump out of the truck. We're setting up. One guy's just sitting in a little camp chair, you know?
Yeah.
Because they just pull their tripod with the binoculars out, set it up, sit down, and start glassing. They told me it's like when you're finding bucks in the desert, you glass here, move. Glass here, move.
Right.
Just constantly move. You're just kind of increasing your odds. It's like bass fishing, where you're trying to just locate aggressive bass.
Yeah.
You don't, like today I knew that like very well. So I'm like, we're drop shotting. They love the drop shot. They're going to be hungry, you know, it's what they respond to, blah, blah, blah. But if you're on a new body of water, you're using a lure and you're covering as much water as possible. Right. It doesn't matter if you're skipping over fish. You're trying to find the aggressive fish.
Go find where
trying
the deer
to gain
are.
information quickly. Yeah. And that was their approach. So we get to the last spot, and 2 minutes out of the truck, I'm like, there's a group of deer right there working up the thing. The dude throws his Swarovskis up. Okay, there's a buck in the back. Locate the buck. Okay, great. What's the move? He's like, you and this other guy, forget the names. I'm gonna stay here and keep eyes on him. You guys just run up here and get in position.
Nice.
So I'm like,
how far away were the deer at this time?
When we glassed, it was like 600 yards. Okay. So I was trying to cut the distance like 300-400.
Right.
And because I was just at the range the week before, banging steel at 500, I felt amazing. I just got this brand new 7 mag. I was like, I'm confident. Got this awesome Athens on top. So we're running up there and we're kind of trying to peek out in glass. And this dude I was with, there's no way he's listening, so I'm just going to say it. I think he was a little more inexperienced too. Because he's like, are you sure that's a mule deer? I'm like, yeah, dude. He's like, I think it's a hybrid. I'm like, that fucking doesn't matter right now. It's a mule deer. And he delayed me long enough where I felt like I had to rush up to this vantage point.
Right.
Instead of just giving up in the
better to be sure.
100% I was sure it was a mule deer.
Okay, gotcha.
The dude was, it's like seeing I don't know. I don't even have the analogy right now. It's 100% a mule deer. Mm-hmm. There's no question.
Yeah.
And what is a hybrid? Do you want to talk about the likelihood of coos deer and mule deer mingling in the desert and producing a hybrid right now? Right, There's no way that's a thing.
Yeah. Right? And it's with other mule deer.
Yes. That's all we were seeing was mule deer essentially. Right. So anyway, he's like, I think it's a hybrid, man. I'm like, cool. I'm going to get in position. It's a fucking mule deer. So I get up on this bluff, and this is where doing inexperienced things and memory banking it.
Yeah.
This was a life lesson I had to learn. They're 450 yards down the way. There's no way they see me.
Right.
So I'm getting set up, and I'm ranging at the same time. I'm asking him for ranges. They're like 400. I'm dialing. They're working down into this wash. And at the wash, it's like 300. I ranged the wash, it's like 300. I'm like, this is perfect. I can make the shot. I'm trying to get set up. I'm in way too big of a hurry.
Yeah.
I move my backrest from 400 yards away. Scrapes the rocks. Immediately on alert.
Yep.
Immediately start to trot off. Now, two things with the experience. Don't be herky jerky. You have so much time.
Don't be herky jerky.
In the desert, you have so much time for a shot. It's, for the most part, you're going to have everything. So many opportunities. It's not like Georgia Deerwoods where they smell you from, 2 rolling hills away.
Yeah.
And they're gone before you even take a step. It's like you have so much time, especially, and then number 2.
Mule deer, because the fatal flaw, they'll hop, stop and look back.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what they were doing. They were just kind of hopping along. They weren't spooked. They weren't getting out of there. I thought they were spooked and getting out of there.
Right.
From
your whitetail experience.
Inexperience.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, I better get this shot off now. So anyway, I rush the shot and I miss.
Yeah.
Elk hunt, miss 2. Mule deer hunt, last day, finally get on him, miss.
Yep.
Just rush the shot.
Yeah.
No idea what I was thinking trying to rush the shot.
That adrenaline
it just takes
hits
over.
you.
It takes over. But that's where, and there's a lot of guys online that like fillet people for rushing shots.
And those guys have missed and wounded more deer than anyone else, or they haven't hunted enough.
Exactly. I gained the experience.
Yeah.
I'm never going to repeat that mistake. You know what I mean?
Told myself that many times and repeated it many more times.
I haven't made the mistake since, right?
Right.
But it was just all in all, it was just an awesome hunt. They helped me try to get back on it. I found so many, just using their technique after they left, I found like 10 more deer. No bucks, but just moving and glassing. But one time, when they were helping me try to find that buck, I was like, well, I saw the outline of a deer bedded, and in the desert, when it's hot, heat is just radiating up. So it's warping your vision.
Yep.
He's like, okay, try these Swavskis on there again. I look through mine. I barely see the outline. I look through the Swavskis. It's like, there is a deer right there.
Yeah.
The difference is unbelievable.
Yeah.
This segment is brought to you by
Maven Optics is a sponsor.
Yeah, of course. Mavens are amazing.
Hey, I tell everyone this. If you have Swaro money, buy Swaros. If you don't, and if you're like me, my eye can't tell the difference between high-end Japanese glass and high-end European glass, maybe in the 30 minutes of early light, late light, which is very important. For what you get for the money, Mavens are amazing. And for the money you save, go buy another rifle or more tags.
Right.
Mavens are awesome.
Mavens are awesome.
There's so many great glass companies out there. Just buy the highest tier of glass you can afford. Do not do what I did and use a first-gen pair of Diamondbacks for forever and wonder why you can't find animals.
It really makes all the difference.
And glass from a tripod. Shout out Tricer.
Tricer. Glass from a Tricer tripod.
Tricer tripods. Great stuff.
Yeah. But anyway.
Yeah, man, it's so cool. And now you're here back in the like thick whitetail woods. Still
hunting rut and whitetails. It's the best.
To this day is probably my favorite hunt.
It's my favorite.
Favorite way to kill them. Wait for like the nasty weather, the wind, and move where you're silent and catch bucks. It's so much fun.
Yeah, it's like in the rut, right after a rain or in a light rain and just a little bit of wind.
Yeah, to cover you.
Not so much rain where they're afraid of everything.
Yeah.
But just a little bit of wind and still hunting during the rut is so much fun.
I mean, it's like what we grew up doing.
It just, at any point,
you could see
you're going to see some crazy stuff. It's so much fun.
Yeah, but when you learn to like sit in glass and figure an area out, that's what I've learned the last couple of years. It's like, don't just go here, cool, go somewhere else. Like learn this area, shed hunt it, scout it in the summer and spring, learn what the deer do here, and then make a plan of attack. Okay, I can glass from here and I can kill them out to 400 yards. It's like the last 5-6 years I've been able to kill like really good mature Montana whitetails doing that, and it's been really fun. But the goal this year is find a mature muley. I'm gonna commit to that because there's some just slobbers.
You just gotta work a little
over
harder
there
for
in
'em.
Ohio. Yeah, dude. I can't wait to get you. You did come archery elk hunting with me a couple years ago, and we got into all those bulls. Remember?
Yeah.
That thick, nasty, jungly stuff.
Was that after? That was
last. That wasn't last year. It was 2 years ago. 2 Septembers ago. We drove from Idaho to the Montana line.
That was the trip that I proposed.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
That elk hunt was fun. We got into.
Hey, congratulations on that, by the way.
Thanks, man. We got into some bulls that day.
Yep.
That was fun.
And that's what I wanted. Is like I just want you to hear elk.
You almost killed
close.
a grouse with a stick by hand. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got really close to that. I have killed 2 grouse by throwing a rock at it in midair.
Really?
Yeah, and I can't like find an elk to shoot with my bow.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Hilarious. Well, cool, man. This was a ton of fun. I'm going to have you on the podcast all the time, and I can't wait to hunt together again.
I can't wait too.
What's our plan? I think next year when life settles
for your
down
birthday, I wanted to buy you a plane ticket and a tag. Georgia doesn't have tags, but non-resident license, so we can hunt deer down here. But you're going to have a pretty busy deer season.
Yeah, this fall's going to be nuts. I want you to come up next spring and get on black bears again. I think that's totally doable.
Possible.
Yeah,
probably not this spring.
Not this spring.
We
got a month left of season.
We'll be up there in
July.
July.
Nice. Next spring, come hunt bears again.
Yeah,
get you on the YouTube. Do another podcast.
Yeah. So, but you got to come hunt deer down here with me.
I will eventually. I think next year I can swing it. OnX. Shout out to our title sponsor, OnX Maps. I'll work some magic and try to get him to fly me out.
Be grateful.
Well, I love you so much, man.
You too, bro.
I love that we get to hunt together, and as we get to hunt together quite a bit for living across the country from each other.
Yeah, honestly, we do. And it's been
best.
Really cool. Got to hunt in different states. And
yeah, it's been awesome.
Fishing today was awesome.
It was really good, and we'll end with this. I caught the most fish.
You did.
Dude, I love you. I'm so proud of you. And thanks for coming on. Elk Don't Exist, the pod. Last question. This is how I like to end it, because everyone has a different answer. What makes a good hunting buddy?
Someone that's gonna not just complain the whole time.
Yeah.
I mean, that's...
If we hunt together and you complain the whole time, you're out.
It's like, why are you here?
Yeah.
And somebody that... I think someone who you can laugh with the entire time.
Yes.
Goof around with. But also someone that shares at least, if not your skill level, just your passion for it.
Yes.
So somebody who loves to be out there. Someone's creative.
Right.
Hilarious. And just doesn't want to complain, and it's going to...
When it's time to like go for it, they're game.
Dude, it's like a sport. It's like a sports teammate. It's like, who do you want on a sports? Who do you want on your sales team?
Yeah.
It's someone who's going to make you better, and someone who wants to win with you.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, big time. That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, guys,
Great
as
question.
always, Derek, thanks for coming on. Love you, buddy.
Love you too.
Elk don't exist. Love you. We'll see you on the next one.
Bye.